Yo, Tony D back with another Mega Micro review. This genre, it's a little different. It's in the vein of horror, more or less, and a little Godzilla. So we got the Infernal Hulk, we got Devil on My Shoulder, Godzilla Kai-Sei. Let's kick it off with Godzilla. So this series, I'm liking it even more as we progress and move on. The Jet Jaguar stuff, not a huge fan, but your boy will get by. There's a little comedic levity there. I don't think it needs it though. I'd like to see it lean a little more into the horror. So this character right here, he has the energy, the Kai-Sei, and he has learned which pressure points and in which order to redirect our guy Godzilla. So there's always that control factor in these Godzilla books, and you know, you got to have something, right? But yeah, they're doing a good job with the narration. The writing is good. Seeley, yeah, Seeley's pretty good, man. Artwork is on point. We have the G-Force, which is the team he's on, are tracking an energy signature. And I think they're using some science to get where they need to go. And what they do is they find another kaiju, a very interesting kaiju, I might add, who is creating these little worm creatures. So they run into the origin of these little creatures which have the Kai-Sei energy in them. They're leeches, more or less. Oh yeah, they're all on him. So the leeches are, they're weakening Godzilla. And I think that is the plan of this kaiju that they ran into. And this kaiju can talk, as you will find out. Great artwork. And Jacen is, in the process of trying to hit the pressure points to redirect Godzilla. And he actually succeeds, as we see right here. So they have succeeded in doing that, and it's redirecting him in the direct path of this kaiju. He's intelligent. He can talk. He's kind of like amnesiac as well. So there may be more narration set up for that in the future. It's good. I like the artwork of the dripping of the water. It's good stuff. That's really what this is about. Yakumama. I like it. So yeah, this series, it's delivering what I expect. It's a good Godzilla book for me. I can't wait to see where the narration goes. And the artwork's really fun to check out. Godzilla's really he's having his day in the sun. So, Devil on My Shoulder, extremely mature content. The picture just drew me in. And yeah, to give you the rundown, it is a young lady gets captured and put through hell, literally. The writing is on point. It's really, you feel the trauma, you feel the loneliness, the isolation that happens. And there's a reason for that, is that there's going to be some righteous justice that I talk about delivered, and it's going to be metaphysical, where we have, I don't know if that is the devil, but I do believe a demon will become involved. But Kyle Starks is delivering a very dramatic and precisely narrated, unapologetic offering here. When you get into these stories that are extremely dark and deal with very controversial content, you kind of, I don't know, I'm not saying you get artists that aren't as good, but I'll say this, I'm pretty sure the pool of talent narrows down. Yeah, here's some of the artwork, some of the niblets. This is just an example of what they do, is they set her on fire. Yeah, dude, and she talks she narrates everything that's going on. She gives all these guys names just based on how they act, what they do. Like one is Kicking Boy, one is Quiet Boy. So, it's just, that's how isolated and cut off she is. It's unapologetic in its content, but it's not this type of content just to be that way. It's setting up the need and the want for righteous justice, the need for vengeance, possibly how revenge may take you down a deep and dark path that really you might want to avoid. But it's like, how can you? How can you when it's this bad? So powerful concepts and not concepts, but just powerful literary concepts. So they do, it's all that. The first issue just sets you up to where she survives, and because they dump her in the water after they set her on fire, she survives, she gets medical help. She runs from the hospital. She escapes from the hospital, and it may be, I don't know if it's from the trauma, or she definitely does not feel safe at the hospital for some reason. You would think, oh, thank goodness I'm here, but she runs. So maybe there may be some, I don't know, something about, maybe you trust nobody at this point. So that sets up some narration here where looks like a monastery finds her, and so they need to help her, and the priest is a former cartel or former gang member. So he understands trauma, the effects, the need to be patient, it's going to take time, So it's very powerful. The writer is really setting up a powerful Kyle Starks. Hats off to you, brother. Like, it's a good read for me right now. It's eliciting emotions, which I like. It's making me think. It's doing the things that narration that do to me that I like what it does. And the priest, you get his background here. You get 4 years later. We fast forward, and the guys that did all that are celebrating, and I almost had this feeling that they maybe did it as a deal with the devil or something like that to get fame. You just end with that, and then you get the next cover. It's really grim. So yes, very, very mature, very controversial type of writing. We'll see where it goes. I'm on board. This first issue really was powerful. There's a lot of good modern stuff, a lot of interesting modern stuff coming out, and it's a great time to be a comic book fan. If you enjoy reading, you don't even have to be in the art. What's being written is powerful, and I'm liking it. I love reading. It's fun. Infernal Hulk. Totally love it, man. If you're gonna reboot and renumber things, this is the way to go. I believe this is the original vision, the intention of what this should be, what it is. Another unapologetic version of the Hulk where we left off from the Incredible Hulk, I think that made it, what was it, 30 issues? Let's pull it out, man. Let's do this proper. Because when I read this, man, they got me. They got you, boy. And I'll show you some of the potty mouth panels. Yeah, 30 issues. Maybe these 30 issues were necessary. I don't know. But man, there were times I almost gave up on this book. You'll find some videos where I talk about it like I'm fixing to nix this bad boy. But thank goodness I didn't. I had that on pre-order. So we ended, I think it's important to go over 30 where he has a battle with the Abomination, and there is the Hulk that we're dealing with, an Infernal Hulk, is pretty much a possession. So the abomination is possessed. My need for accuracy right now is slowing me down because the niblets, you guys gotta have them. So in issue 30, you're dealing with a possession issue where she is in the abomination now and she needs the Hulk and she succeeds. And part of that process is taking Banner, look at that potty mouth panel right there, big time, rips him out. And this isn't in the physical world. This is like, I believe this is all like metaphysical, mental, maybe. I don't think it, I don't know, maybe it is. Like metaphysical can get really weird and maybe that's what we're dealing with. So when Banner gets ripped out, the Hulk changes and really weird. Like half of him gets skinny. And we've seen a lot of that in the Immortal Hulk, the grotesquerie of that type, yeah, like that type of appearance and build. So I don't know. Yeah, man, if you know, man, comment for me, but I don't believe this is the mother of all monsters because he's like, whoever this is has possessed him. And he's like, mother, mother. So they're going to find the mother of all monsters. Nick Klein can really bring it. That is insane. You know, there's times when I'll read comics and I'll get lost like I am now and I won't know the details, but the story, it grips me, if that makes sense. So yeah, here's the mother of all monsters. The green door is shut. There is only us now. So who is this? So there's a conversation going on and this character attacks the mother of all monsters and is commanding for her to rise. And they actually eat. Like, it's crazy. Eat the whole thing. Which in turn creates the Infernal Hulk. So you have a possession by, I don't know who possessed the Hulk, but they are like a combination of that character, the Hulk, and the mother of all monsters. So there you have it, the Infernal Hulk. So issue 30 ends like that. And now we have that creation right here. And it begins total action where I believe this character will play an important part and they are called up to assist because the Hulk is on a rampage. So you get a real good setup for this character. And he's a leader. They set all that up in the narration. So you get this boom, and it is the Infernal Hulk. So this is crazy. Yeah, potty mouth panel, big time. When I saw this, I was flipping through it. I was at the comic shop, but I already had my pre-order in. But I went ahead and flipped through this, and I saw that, and I was like, wow, that's what we're dealing with. He does the whole boom, and it blows that dude's brains out. Come on, people. We're dealing with some evil with the power of the Hulk. And this is more than just the Hulk being, or Banner being stripped from the Hulk, and then you're dealing with that ramification. You have two possessions, essentially. You have a possession and an absorption. I do love the artistic rendering of the bullets, like, just bouncing off. I haven't seen that in a while. I don't think I have seen that. If I have, it's like, it wasn't that cool. Wow. So yeah, the Infernal Hulk is, I don't know. So the character that we were talking about, yeah, look at that. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Just pure evil. And it's also, it makes me wonder how much metaphysical this live action is. Yeah, so he does all this, and it's like right here, beautiful shot where he opens up the ground, and it's like his world. It's kind of a Cthulhu type Lovecraftian vibe, a feel to it. And so this character is like metaphysically changed. He's wrapped in barbed wire. He kind of has that look where he's half big, half small. Of Crazy shot, dude. So he's really in the kingdom the Infernal One has created. So if you're a speculator, I'm telling you, this is like a first appearance of this character. It'll be interesting to see the development of this. And you know, the one thing I haven't seen in this issue is Charlie, the girl. That totally was not working, man, for me. Don't know why. It just wasn't there. You know what I think it was for me? There was no real commitment. It was like there was definitive place. Like it felt like it was just she was floating around looking for a place. But you know what, man? The positive side, she's in the universe now. You are part of canon. Oh, this is so great. And then you have all the super teams. Like, I mean, here we go. You're setting up for a huge battle. You know, this one is so stinking good. It is getting a fullback, E. Gerber style. But there you go. Hope you got something good out of it. And don't have any nightmares.